Hey y'all, thanks so much for coming. This is the third one of these that we've had and that we've been a part of, and this is the most successful. I want to ask y'all for a quick hand for my wife, who set all this up, Pamela Ramos. I love you. This is great. It's a wonderful cause. And yeah, Roberta and I and Keith have been working together as a unit now for about a month, but it's been going really well. So Roberta's a great singer, and this is her rendition of "Over the Rainbow."
Thank you, Keith. I just said that was fabulous. Could we hear it again for the Ken Waters Trio? Waters Trio. I want to read something to you real quick here. In part because of who's coming up next, but we're all in the same boat. Back in Germany, pre-World War II, there was a minister who wrote a poem that I know we've all heard before, but it bears repeating today. First they came for the communists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. That's how it'll happen. They will come for whatever you stand for, eventually, because the whole idea is to make you voiceless and to remove your vote, totally remove your vote. You know, in the Senate this year, I was told yesterday that on one evening, the Senate used cloture 9 times. Do you know what cloture is? Our Senate can do it, our House cannot. Cloture is when someone brings it up, it gets voted in, and you cannot really have debate on that bill. Meaning that whoever sponsored it gets to talk first for only 20 minutes. And when they're done, the vote has to happen then. So no one's talking about it. I see a lot of heads shaking out there. That is the truth, and that's how they've gotten these things through. That's how they tricked a subcommittee, or a committee rather, got the educational accountability law through, totally voted it in because they had the majority at the committee level, then took it out to the floor and voted it in. And y'all remember reading, there was all that screaming and yelling. Screaming and yelling doesn't do any good. If somebody's going to be that underhanded, that's what's going to happen. Your rights will go away, and the same things will happen with these bills we have now in a heartbeat. I also learned that in 12 years that one particular senator served prior to 2010, that the Democratic Senate used cloture 5 times that entire 12 years. So when you remove that debate, when you remove any possibility of people understanding what they're really voting for, you've removed freedom. You literally have removed freedom. So our next speaker, represents the gay and lesbian community here in Huntsville extremely well. Please help me welcome James Robinson.
Hello, everyone. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for this opportunity to be here and to have a few moments of your time. My first exposure to this incredible community was a year ago in this park at this event. And I walked around and I met some amazing people, and I am very happy to see even more wonderful and amazing people here today. Shortly after that, I found myself in Montgomery speaking on the historic steps of our Capitol at the War on Women's Rally. I rode down with a young lady named Julie Seals, who I did not know. You'll be hearing her speak later today. I knew I was doing something historic by talking about gay and lesbian and bisexual and transgender women on our Capitol steps. Would you believe it that Julie had an entire speech specifically about transgender women that she also gave that day in Montgomery? After that, we have done a lot of amazing things in this state. There's a lot of progress happening. Our agency supports social justice on a variety of fronts in this state, and we support equality for all people. I'm going to stop. I want to share a celebration of my own with you, and then I'm going to introduce you to someone else. 4 years ago today, I was on a week-long methamphetamine binge. Tomorrow, 4 years ago, I was arrested, and that saved my life, and it has allowed me to be here with you today. So I am celebrating 4 years of a new life, making change in our community, and I want to share that with you. I want to introduce you and give the rest of my time to an activist in her own right. Her name is Terri Michal. I first met Terri 2 years ago when our organization marched in the Veterans Day Parade. She came back again in March this year. She has helped us in numerous ways, speaking on panels to educate the community about bisexual issues. She has been an activist. You may have seen her on the local news talking about the safety and the needs in our schools for our students, and she has led protests in her own right. And I would like to give her an opportunity to speak to you as a part of a diverse and beautiful community.
Thank you, James. How's everybody doing? Is it not a beautiful day to exercise our freedoms? Yes, and rally for those freedoms that we should have. Lesbian, straight, liberal, conservative, activist, atheist, Christian. In our litigious society, it seems that everything must have a place, a label, a definition. However, some beautiful women walk through this world and defy those labels, those definitions. But because of those that come from a place of intolerance, the rights of these women are denied. They are allowed to be doctors, bankers, teachers, and mothers, only under the terms set by those perceived to be in the majority. This will include denying a part of their identity and or being forced to live in an atmosphere that perpetuates shame and lies as a second-class citizen with fewer rights and loss of control over their own bodies and lives. When people presume to know and to take it a step further to dictate thoughts and actions of a woman who has been raped and is facing an unplanned and unwanted pregnancy, of a woman who simply wants to be able to marry the girl of her dreams, of bisexual and lesbian students who wish to live in their truth while remaining safe at school. But these people dictating to these women have never been a victim of rape, pregnant, and are not gay, then it is inevitable that misinformation and bad legislation will soon follow if they continue to refuse to open their hearts and their minds and try to imagine, what would I do? What if that was me? What if that was my child? Don't tell me how to feel. Don't tell me what I can and can't do with my own body. Tell me, how would you feel? Senator Rob Portman is a perfect example of this. He has now changed his stance on same-sex marriage because his son came to him and told him he was gay. Once it was put on his doorstep, once he was forced to confront this issue on a deeper level, he understood. In his commentary for the Columbus Dispatch, Portman said, "The process of citizens persuading fellow citizens is how consensus is built and enduring change is forged." And I believe he is right. That's why we have to continue putting our stories out there. We have to continue to put faces and names before these intolerant legislators so that they can no longer hide behind false labels and ideals that have been used to justify their damaging legislation. We are their sisters, mothers, wives, and daughters. We pass through this world walking our own path, living our own truths, separate but in unison with them. To them, I would like to say, wrap your brain around this. Being gay is not a choice. And for some women, the use of birth control is not a choice, it's a have to. Furthermore, some pregnant women who have life-threatening illnesses see abortion as not a choice, but a have to. Rape is not a choice. And to some, the need for Medicaid is not a choice, but a necessity. But your unwillingness to open your mind, to empathize, and to tolerate those you do not understand is a choice. And I don't believe that choice is one that any God would reward you for making. So I implore you to stop. Stop telling me what to do with my body. Stop telling me whom I can marry. Stop creating legislation based on your incorrect notions of who I am, and instead go to lunch, make a phone call, send an email, visit an abortion clinic. Open a dialogue and open your mind. Accept there are things you cannot possibly understand because you have not lived it. And talk to someone who has. Better yet, listen to someone who has. Thank you.
I just don't. Short people. I just don't understand how everybody doesn't understand what we just heard. It's beyond me. Before I introduce our next speaker,